My first view of the city was the drive from the airport in the middle of the night and seeing dozens of swaddled bundles of humanity asleep on the pavements. Daylight shows us a city that throbs with vibrant forces. A noisy, dusty, bustling city of well over 120,000 inhabitants per square mile. But under the clamour of the city's commotion is calmness. It has grown from the small fishing village of the late 1600s to become the most populated city in India. Inside the market, every possible commodity can be found. And as in markets everywhere, the vendors do their best to get you to buy as many of their wares as possible. This time they didn't make a sale. The meat market was absolutely amazing. Dogs and crows were everywhere. Even workers slept on the chopping boards.
Is this the museum?
Yeah, this is the Indian Museum.
These two young lads, Bolly and Ashes, made an excellent job of polishing our shoes. It is a city of great contrasts, with slums and dirt on the streets, to magnificent buildings from the British Raj period. One of Kolkata's most noteworthy monuments is the Victoria Memorial, designed by Sir William Emerson and built to commemorate Queen Victoria's 25 years' reign over India, and was opened by the Prince of Wales in 1921. The memorial was built with white Makrana marbles in the Mughal style, and many have compared it to the Taj Mahal. Today is a holiday for the festival of Eid, and many Indian families have come to see the history of the city in the form of pictures and statues of men who played a significant role in determining the course of pre-independence India, especially in relation to the history of Kolkata. Many are enjoying the warm sunshine by the lake and the beautiful gardens. The Victoria Memorial is in an area known as the Medan, which is almost 2 miles long and over half a mile wide, and includes the famous cricketing venue Eden Gardens and Kolkata Racecourse. Due to the freshness and greenery it provides, it has been referred to as the lungs of Kolkata. This 48-metre high monument, erected in 1828, was named after Sir David Ochterlony to commemorate the British East India Company's victory in the Nepal campaign of 1814-16. Its name was changed in 1968 to Shahid Minar. Nearby is the terminus for local and long-distance buses. The ghats, or steps, lead to the water of the Hooghly. Hindus believe that bathing in the river on certain occasions causes the remission of sins and facilitates the attainment of salvation. Many people believe that this effect is obtained from bathing in the river at any time. Beside the railway line, owned by the Indian Railways and the world's largest employer with over 1.6 million people, and under the Howrah Bridge, is the Mullik Ghat, or flower market. Thousands of people gather here daily to buy and sell flowers and plants, from sunrise till they leave at sunset. The vivid orange and yellow gardens make for a spectacular splash of colour.
Making a movie here.
The perfumed chaos is a not-to-be-missed experience of the real Kolkata. Harrison Road, a principal east-west thoroughfare in North Kolkata, now known as MG Road, the common name for Mahatma Gandhi Road, was the first street in Kolkata to be electrically lit in the early 1890s. These buildings date from the late 18th century.
These are very small, sometimes big and sometimes small, genuine wooden cabins. They are called saloons here, mainly for private gatherings and all. The reason why they are kept like this is, of course, privacy is very important. This is Shamwa. This is one of the oldest, practically the oldest restaurant in Calcutta for very authentic Chinese food, drinks and everything. Now it is not so noisy because very few people here, but in the evening you'll find lots of people here. So coming back to this saloons, never go behind these curtains without asking or knocking. You can't knock because there is no door, because eventually you might find a couple there which might not be good for them. That's it.
Tuk-tuks, or motorised rickshaws, is one way of travelling in the city. We braved riding in one of them to the northeast to see the Jain temples.
Beside the Howrah station, you could see the Howrah station.
Parishnath Temple is one of the main tourist attractions, where tourists and locals come to see its beauty and experience the solemn environment. The small lake was being excavated by hand, a slow, laborious job, but providing work for several men, so that it could eventually be filled with clean water and hopefully have fish swimming in it one day. The Bengali Book Mart in College Street is where one can find whatever book one wishes, and is situated near the Indian Coffee House, a unique institution. This hub of intellectuals, dramatists, poets and film critics, this century-old building reeks of ideas and imaginations, hopes, dreams and frustrations. Kolkatans are extremely proud of this unique treasure of their city, which is aptly called the cultural capital of India. Another method of travel is by tramcar. I had already been in a taxi, all yellow ambassadors, the metro, no filming allowed, a motorised rickshaw, and now a tram. Did not venture onto a bus. A delicious drink of freshly squeezed mango juice completed the day. The following morning and a drive across the Hooghly Hanging Bridge, also known as the Second Hooghly Bridge, one of the longest of its type in India. Now in the city of Howrah, where roads are narrow and dusty, the Dakshineswar Kali temple is located on the banks of the Hooghly, the holy river of Hindus in Howrah. It is one of the renowned pilgrim centres in West Bengal state. These langur monkeys were very well fed. Returning to Kolkata, this time over the Howrah Bridge, a famous symbol of Kolkata, a cantilever bridge spanning the Hooghly without any pylons in the river. It bears the weight of 150,000 vehicles and 4 million pedestrians every day, and is one of the longest bridges of its type in the world.
This is the GPO. This GPO, post office GPO.
The Millennium Park on the east strand of the river stretches for 2.5 kilometres. It opened on the 1st of January 2000 and consists of children's amusement rides and landscaped gardens. In 1855, the first jute mill was established on the Hooghly, and by 1910, 38 companies exported more than 1 billion yards of cloth and over 450 million bags. Ships would bring raw jute to these mills on both sides of the river. But today, only fishing boats and ferries use the river here. The modern-day port of Haldia, 50 kilometres southwest of Kolkata, at the mouth of the Hooghly, carries much of the region's maritime trade. In the evening at rush hour, I made a return trip across to Howrah on a ferry, thus bringing to an end my visit to this city that is an enigma that defies any description.